Have you ever wondered what it takes? God damn it. Have you ever wondered what it takes to get us women thinking nasty, dirty things about you? Well, if so, I'm glad you're here because it's exactly what I'm going to talk to you today about. And if you stay till the very end, I'm obviously going to give you a shortcut on how you can start making this happen for yourself so that you stop creeping out or cringing at the thought of possibly creeping out women with the things you think you need to say to get us thinking nasty about you. Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, former marriage and family therapist and Playboy radio show host turned dating coach for men. And if the sound sucked in the beginning, it's because I forgot to turn on my microphone and shit. But here we are. And today, like I said, we're going to talk about the 3 steps it takes to triggering dirty thoughts in our mind. Now, this is not to say that it's going to get women chomping at your dick the second you do it. And it sure as hell is not going to make women just grab your dick out of nowhere. I've had guys complain over the years that oh, she didn't make a first move. I thought she was supposed to want to rip my clothes off with this shit. And no, this is we women are still gonna be women. But I'm telling you, for thinking dirty things about you, you can definitely see it on us. It's hard for us to hide that shit. I'm telling you right now. That's another time, another video. Let's talk about the 3 steps it takes to getting us thinking dirty thoughts about you. Sorry, I feel like this was a very long intro. Okay, I'll shut the fuck up now. So I'll tell you what does not trigger dirty thoughts. You telling us you're having dirty thoughts about us. Let me tell you the 3 steps first, and then I'll tell you how to do it. The first step is creating a genuine connection. Second step is getting us to laugh. Third step is showing us you have a sexual side. Okay, so first let me tell you how not to trigger dirty thoughts in us. So in case you didn't know, like I said, I've moved to Spain. I'm on this app where you're supposed to practice learning a new language with somebody. People who are learning English and already know Spanish will seek out people who already know English and are learning Spanish. So I thought it was a good app to make friends because that's what ChatGPT told me. But apparently it's a hookup app for internationals looking to hook up with other internationals. Anyway, I digress. So, some dude hit me up and I was like, fine, I really want to get better at Spanish already. So then we're in the quintessential, hi, what do you do for work? I do this for work. What do you do for work? Oh, I do that for work. Cool. Something I call information trading. This is not connecting, first of all. So then I tell him that I'm from the Jersey Shore. And he was like, do you really act like those people on the show? And I was like, fuck yeah, I do. I do, let's be honest. And then I go on to say, I am very aware that I act like a little kid. There is no other adult in this world who is more not an adult than me. And then he says, I like that you act like a little girl. The question is, are you a good girl or a bad girl? And you're probably sitting there cringing with this face on as well. Because that is not the avenue, dude. There was no connection. Fine, we're both talking about this is my job. What is your job? This is my job. Cool. That's not a fucking connection. That's information trading. Yeah, we laughed over the fact that I was born and raised on the Jersey Shore, but it's not normal. Things that aren't normal make us laugh. I make myself laugh all the fucking time. This does not count. None of this counts. Okay, so what's gonna work for you? Well, let me tell you. So again, creating that genuine connection means I feel like I know you. And it could be something as simple as, I feel like I'm gonna pee my pants right now. Now, you may not be sitting there feeling like you are going to pee your pants. However, you know the feeling of you might just piss your pants right now, right? So that's you knowing what it's like to be me. That's a connection. Well, not necessarily. That's you being able to relate to me. And then when I say, what about you? What are you doing over there? Well, I'm sitting here holding my bladder real hard. And you might be like, Jessica, I just peed. I don't know why you always have to pee on these videos. And I'll be like, well, I guess you're the better one of us who just always knows to pee before a Jessica J video. See, do you see how we connected right there over that? That's a genuine connection. What do you do for work? This is what I do for work. That is not a connection. That's just information that may or may not co-align with one another. And usually it doesn't. And even if it does, it's just the information connecting. It's not me and you connecting. Does that make sense? If you were like, I'm an accountant, and I was like, I'm also an accountant, that's just 2 accountants in the room. I know nothing about you in your life. You showed me no personality. You know nothing about me in my life. I always show personality, but therein lies the disconnect. Does that make sense? Okay, so first, the connection makes us feel like we can relate to you, feel like we know you, feel like we can trust you. Oh God, that guy's watching me film again. So now we gotta share laughs. We gotta laugh together, bro. Because now that we are connected, we now need to feel good about you. First, I gotta feel like I can connect with you, like I could trust you, like I could can relate to you. Then I gotta feel good about you by you making me laugh. Do you see the progression of things? I feel it in my body, how much better I'm feeling, how much more open I'm feeling. This guy won't stop. Oh my God, bro, get over me. Sorry. What you're doing is you're taking us through a sequence of feeling more and more for you. And now here's where you triggering some dirty ass shit comes in. Now, normally you know that I call it planting that seed of togetherness, where you make a connecting statement, something about the both of us. In my little example, I said, well, I'm sorry only one of us knows to pee before watching a video, right? That was my connecting statement about the both of us and our bladder issues or lack thereof. Now, if instead of just a connecting statement or just planting that seed of togetherness, you said something sexy, because emotions are contagious and you are now leading the progression of my emotions through yours. If you say something saucy and salacious and sexy, I'm gonna now think about you in a saucy, salacious, sexy way. It's just what's gonna happen. I don't know why. I should look up the science behind this. But again, it's emotions being contagious. In fact, it goes along with what I was talking about in yesterday's short, the cycle of self-reflection, which is also known as co-regulation, where you leading with one emotion will create that emotion in me in a reaction, and then you seeing that reaction and that emotion will then instigate an even more amplified emotion of such. And now that we're combined, if you keep moving it along, you keep moving it forward, I'm gonna follow you. I also talked about in my last video, baking the sex cake, and I talk about this in my Speak to Spark Arousal program. This is the training manual all of my clients use to learn these 3 steps and execute said steps with any woman they want the second they open their mouth. In fact, I had 4 new clients sign up this week. They each told me just by going through Speak to Spark Arousal, a day or 2 later, they're having so much more insights. They've got women coming back around. They've got chicks approaching them because their whole aura when they step out the door has changed. Anyway, I digress. I talked about baking the sex cake in my last video, where first you got to get the ingredients. This is the connection. Then you got to mix the ingredients. This is the positive energy, adding the energy by mixing everything together, the laughs. And then you got to put it in the fucking oven and turn up the heat. And any one of these steps missing is not going to coalesce into sexual arousal, sexual desire, attraction. It's just going to be meh, or it's going to be, oh my God, get the fuck away from me. So that's why you just saying something fucking dirty and nasty, like that guy asking me if I'm a good girl or a bad girl, always a good, it's not going to work. We need to go through the progression of it because, again, sexual desire doesn't work like you guys. Our sexual desire doesn't work like you guys. In fact, I can always tell when a man wrote either a sex scene or like wrote the character of a woman, because the woman acts completely out of sexual character when it comes to a man. Like the movie American Pie, we don't do that shit. We would never act like that. We just wouldn't. We can't just look at you and be like, sex. I mean, we can look at guys who are like really fucking sexy and be like, dang, he's fine. But if that dude came up to us and said some dumb shit, we'd be like, oh, bless. I've had plenty of sexy ass dudes come up to me and be like, hey. And I've been like, huh? In fact, I was just walking back here from my new apartment. This is the Airbnb. And I'm going to say child, but he was probably like 18. I get that I look like a child. Anyway, I'm walking. He comes up behind me. He like grabs my hand, is like, hi, sexy. Like, you're so beautiful. I just had to talk to you. And I was like, ah, because 1, I was terrified. And 2, don't fucking touch me. And 3, there was no connect. You literally came from behind. I can't believe I didn't swing at you, bro. So again, progression of emotion. And it can be real fucking fast too. It could be something as simple as, I'm about to have a piece of gum. Do you want a piece of gum? Nah, I don't like, the way gum feels in my mouth. And you might say, oh, I see what you're saying. And I might be like, what? It can be that quick. I have come undone for men that fucking quick. And I'm not even talking about like rich, sexy dudes. Like I was thinking about it the other day. One of the first dudes I ever became like so wildly hot for in LA was like, he's like really skinny. He's like skinnier than me. He was 5'5" and he had like this giant nose. He's since gotten plastic surgery because hello, LA. But yeah, no, he was not. No. But damn if I wasn't in his bed by the end of the night. That first night I met him. So again, connection. We gotta feel good. And then we gotta feel and see that you have a sexual feeling for us. That's how you trigger dirty thoughts. This ain't for the faint of heart. If you are not naturally always hard, no, that's not right. Here's the thing. You have to feel bold enough to be able to say it. But after utilizing me, you, us enough times and you seeing it work that well, I'm telling you, I've had clients say some bold shit, some vulgar shit, because they got encouraged to with that co-regulation after seeing how well women were responding from the shit I taught them. So again, if you want to learn the shit I teach all my clients, speak to sparkarousal.com. I mean, you can even check the comments yourself. Over the years, so many dudes I've never met in my life, they've never booked a call with me, never did my coaching program, had insane results with Speak to Spark Arousal. In fact, if you're one of them, I would love it if you commented on the types of results you got. And if you know you want results finally with shit that works, speak to sparkarousal.com. Now let's do a little recap. I feel like I did. I feel like I already recap. Connection, make us fucking laugh, make us feel like you do have a dick. Don't be afraid to own your dick. We want it, all right? Granted, we only want it from a guy we like, but we can like you real fucking fast when you know how to create connections and make us laugh. So get out there and do it. If you don't know how to do it yet, check out my training manual, and thank you for watching as always. I will see you next time.